everyone.
Hello, Zoila, our wonderful moderator. And there's
Zola's
Nancy,
first in the house tonight.
Samantha, Suzanne. Woo!
Hey, it's good to see you all. I hope you guys have had a great week and a wonderful weekend.
Yes.
And Nancy, let me tell you, it is good to see you. I have been worried about you.
Yes.
I've been worrying Maureen about you.
But you know, Nancy, we drove over Thursday after the hurricane came through. We were without power, everything. I mean, it was just done. But Okeechobee, I mean, you know, y'all had electricity. We didn't. Y'all had looked like ice and gas. We didn't have gasoline here. I mean, even Wawa was turning folks away. It was awful. But yeah.
That's awful. Hi, Beth and Auntie Mama's Kitchen.
Hello, Beth and Auntie Mama's Kitchen. We're so happy y'all are here with us this afternoon. And there's our Laura.
Good to see you. I hope you guys are doing well.
Yes.
I have fall weather.
Yeah, I broke out the sweaters.
Oh, wow. And there's Sam. How is Sam today?
Hi, Sam. Thank you, Sam. You know what I'm talking about. But thank you. And I'm going to do this for Sam. Nobody else knows what I'm talking about. But nope. Sam, this is for you.
Well, thank you. Hello, Melody and Frisbee. There's our Sherry Kay.
Melanie is working with Paw Ply yarn.
Oh, awesome.
Ooh, what are you all working on? Is it a
she said she's working on a throw.
Nice.
Oh, I thought she was working with you on something.
Okay. No. She's using my yarn in a throw.
Okay.
The turning tide of autumn. I think that was my mess up of a certain colorway.
Oh,
hi, Michael. You know what? The mess up turned out beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes,
so everyone just disregard me. I just hear what I hear, and my brain comprehends what it comprehends. Oh, thanks, Nancy.
That's awesome, Dance.
Hello, Michael. How are you, sweetie? Thank
you.
Come Maureen right off.
That's okay.
How you doing, Michael? I hope you're doing well. I know you're sleepy. Gotta be sleepy by now. It's been what, 31 or 32 hours now?
I know, bless his heart. There's Sharice. I didn't get to say hello to her earlier.
Hello.
Oh, Melanie
that was the weirdest hello ever.
That she says she loves the speckles of the orange.
Well, thank you, Melanie. I appreciate it.
Oh, Sharice, you sweetheart. She says, you guys look so pretty today.
Oh,
thank you.
You're too sweet.
I don't know what to say.
Dad's like, oh, my goodness. I swear, I'm only on my second beer, so it's not that.
Oh, awesome, Beth.
Yep. Look at you, Zoila. You are amazing.
Yes, thank you so much, sweetheart. Rita, sweetheart, how are you today?
I hope you're feeling good, Rita, and I hope your mom is too.
Yes.
Don't mind me. I'm flexing my fingers.
Yeah, she's getting ready to do some crocheting for us today.
Warming up.
Warming them up. Not sleepy yet. Oh
no.
Wonderful that the blanket's done.
Yes, that is.
I'm excited for that.
Oh, yes, I can't wait.
Oh, you've been up so long, honey. Oh, honey, bless you.
That's
goodness.
Yeah, I bet when he tries to land down. Although you get to a point when you've been up so long that you can't relax enough sometimes.
Right. That is exactly right.
Wind. That's my downside is like, I'll push through my second wind because it's too early for me.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, well, now I'm screwed.
Right.
Now I can't fall asleep till 4 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's how I do the 48 hours because I push through it, and then all of a sudden, bam, 48
Yeah.
hours. Hello, Amy.
Hey, Amy.
How are you doing this afternoon, Amy?
I'm happy to announce I got my Crojo back.
I
We
know.
love that.
Always love hearing that.
That's a good thing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So what are you all up to in the chat? Anything awesome, or what you sipping on, what you working on?
Ooh, Cherie says, any Halloween preparations? Any spooky movies?
We're already discussing next year's Halloween.
We are. Literally.
Yes, we are.
Because I have a habit of leaving things to the last minute, so I was pressuring them to get a theme for next year so I can prepare for it.
Michael
You brought
asked,
it up, but I'm just as guilty. Go ahead. Sorry.
Michael says, which corner was the Crojo hooking on?
I have no idea.
I've had yarn sitting next to me in a bag, waiting to be made into something for probably a year now.
Oh, wow.
I've been tinkering, but I was finally inspired last night, actually. And yeah.
Cool.
That's a good thing.
I stole your crow joke. Crow joke. Sorry. I'll give it back when I'm done with this.
Yeah.
Rita is knitting monsters 2 and 3 legged, and Sherry finished her gnome and started on a giraffe. Zoila is still on granny squares, and I'm the sloth crocheter, she says.
Oh.
Charisse is drinking on iced tea and working on a possessed baby doll costume.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my. Prissy B finished her spider web top for Halloween, but just needs to weave in the ends. Looks better on her daughter because it fits her better. And she's drinking a
that.
Fresca.
I am
Awesome.
too, Julianne.
Cheers, guys.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
you
and
don't
Sherry
know how
did
to
an
knit
excellent
pretty.
live.
Oh, she did, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
I thought so. I was very proud of her.
Yes.
Lots and lots of valuable information. So if y'all missed it, head on over to Sherry K's Crochet, the Happy Hooker. I can't remember the whole channel. Long now, Sherry.
Froggy had a brain fart.
I did. Sherry K loves yarn and crochet.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
I knew I'd get it. It just took a minute. It's a longin'. Yes.
Yeah, that's definitely a long one.
It is a logwood. Well, Maureen, do you want to tell them what they need for the tutorial?
Yes. So what we have for you today is a crochet coaster and placemat set. Now, folks, I love making placemats and coasters for a lot of different occasions. And I especially love making them starting about this time of year to give as Christmas presents. I normally do them about 6 in a set, unless I know specifically the count that I need. But this is one of the designs that I just recently ran across. I mean, the stitch is not mine. I did not make up this stitch. I found it on Crochet by
Nora.
Yes, thank you. I saw that and my brain immediately said, oh my goodness, this would make a beautiful placemat and coaster set. Now, I always like to make placemats and coasters because, you know, a lot of times folks will, especially in my neck of the woods, you know, we drink a lot of tea or coffee and we would like for it to sit on something that doesn't stain the table. So I made mine out of acrylic because I can't find my tub that has my cotton in it, and I'm not real close to a store where I could run and get some. But I would suggest that you make your placemats out of cotton, number one, because of the absorbency. Now you can make these any size that you want because the stitch is made in a multiple of 4. Now the name of this stitch is Humaro. It is a Japanese style stitch, but folks, all it is a single crochet. That's it. It really is. And the only thing that you do different is then you is the way that you do the single crochet once you get ready to make the Humora stitch. And all it is just the placement of the hook and drawing up long loops. And Froggy's going to show you that here in just a little bit. But to me, it's very simple. It's very quick to do. You could use this in any type of cotton yarn. And what I mean by that is it can be any color that you want. It can even be done with one that has a little bit of variegation to it. You can change the colors by rows. So there's just so much that you could do with this beautiful little stitch.
And just real quick, Elizabeth, yes, it does actually work. It literally points the light exactly where you need it.
Oh, look there!
Lighted gloves. It literally, like, this one kind of points. Oh, hang on, where am I? This one points at your work. This one points at your hook. It's perfectly isolated light. And we got Granny Dee's in the house. Hello. Whoa.
Hello, our Granny Dee.
Coco started a rave.
Hello, Trixie. How are you, sweetie?
Hello.
Hello.
And thank you to all the raiders and to Granny Dee. This one's for you.
You take care, Sharice. You have a good time watching those movies. Hello, Granny Dee. Thank you so much for being in here. Michael says,
Sam, I didn't see him pop in. How are you, Sam? I mean, Steve, excuse me. Sam was here. I didn't see Steve pop in. Sorry.
Michael says, yeah. And then it creates the white ring and you put mayo on it for a few to get the stains gone.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Wow. That's
He's like in the lighted gloves. Zoila's starting to rave in the chat.
Oh. Well, hello, Trixie Blue. They all missed you come by, but hello, Trixie Blue. And there's my Steve. It's good to see you guys. So I am not going to be able to see you guys. They're going to try to keep up the chat for me.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Just real quick. I got mine off Amazon. I'm in Canada, so I don't know how much that would help you where you're at, Sam. I'm not sure where you're at, but just search Amazon for lighted gloves. It was actually in the mechanics department because it's meant for, like, you know, working with tools, but
right. Dual purpose there.
Yeah, I never follow the rules, so.
Okay, I'm going to be using cotton yarn. And the pattern, Maureen suggests using an H hook. But
yes.
I'm going to be using an I hook just so that it will open it up a little bit so you guys can see it better. I'm going to be making the coaster for you guys. So what we're going to do is we are going to make a slip knot. And we are going to chain 16. So go ahead with your yarn and chain 16.
Now you can do this in any size you want, so long as you do it in a multiple of 4. And you will find when we drop the pattern in the Facebook group later on that there are instructions on how to make the placemat and what sizes this coaster and the placemat will be. And again, you can just adjust it by the number of rows that you want to make and by the number of multiples of 4 that you make.
Well, wasn't that supposed to be 17 in order to get 16?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is single crochet in the second chain from the hook all the way across. Yep.
It does not feel awkward, Suzanne. It's like a second skin. You don't feel it at all. It's so lightweight.
Wow.
Oh, Melanie's dancing too.
Well, Nancy has now switched from her computer to the car, so she's watching us from her phone.
Be careful,
Oh.
Nancy.
Yeah, as long as you're watching the road too.
Well, no, Earl is driving, so she's getting to
Okay.
the passenger seat and just relax and enjoy the ride.
Okay. Phew. We do not endorse illegal driving behaviors.
No, no, no.
Oh, absolutely, Steve. I recommend over a necklight also. I'm easily distracted. We're single crocheting?
Yes,
Yeah.
we're single crochet.
Okay.
Oh, Connie says, guess what I got? How are you, sweetheart?
Uh-oh. Hey, Connie, what did you get? Don't leave us hanging.
All right, when you get to the end
Does
of
I
the
have a
road,
shoulder?
we get to the end of the road, you're going to chain one, you're going to turn, and you're going to single crochet back. This will be your second row of single crochets.
Oh, yes. Suzanne says it would be awesome when you're working with black yarn.
Absolutely.
Michael said Panda uses an over the neck light. I use a desk clamp on the lamp that also has a magnifying glass built in.
Okay.
Well, I use my neck light. I really enjoy it. I mean, I haven't
I'm
had
by
any
no
problems.
means dissing a necklight. I'm
No,
just
no, no,
saying,
no,
like,
no. I know that, but you know, a lot of
yeah.
people don't like the neck light. I have one that has flexible ends on it, so I can really direct. You know, and it
Yeah.
has different brightnesses. So
Yeah. Yeah. And
brightnesses,
again, it has to do with how much light you want to put into the environment also. Like these
right?
are so
Mhm.
pinpointed that I don't think anyone would, well, I guess in total
Right.
dark it'd be weird at the corner of your eye seeing just two little lights going into
Yes.
crochet speed. But yeah.
Oh, Connie got her red streamlined furl hooks yesterday. She is beyond thrilled.
Awesome.
I'm glad, Connie. You get to the end of this row, you're going to chain one, you're going to turn, and you're going to single crochet a back again.
Yes, you have to have 3 rows of single crochets to start the row with the actual Humaro stitch on it. Sherry Kay is telling Connie, I want to see them.
We really need to come up with some background music.
One that we won't get dinged on every time we.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure.
You know, I have a couple of neck lights and I do okay with them, but after about 30 minutes, my neck starts to hurt more than normal.
Ah.
Mm.
So I would like to get the gloves. I mean, I can't at the moment, but I'd like to. We get to the end of this row, we're going to chain one and we're going to turn. And we're going to single crochet in the first 3 stitches.
Well, not just music. Just like something super low in the background. So when we do stop talking, it's just like,
Dead air.
such a drastic, like, that's it.
Okay, now we're going to do the Humaro stitch. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull up a loop here, here, and here. We're going to go in here and we're going to pull up a loop.
Now the second loop, you go 2 rows down.
In the chain.
Yes.
And then we're going to go down here and we're going to pull up the loop.
Steve's
And
singing
then
in the chat.
we're going to go here and we're going to pull up the loop. And we've got 4 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and we're going to go through 3. Then we're going to yarn over and go through 2. And then this one where we have that 1 loop, we're going to go in that loop right there, and we're going to single crochet. And then we're going to single crochet 2 more times. And we're going to repeat the same thing again. We're going to go right below that stitch. We're going to go way down here, and we're going to pick up a stitch, and we're going to pull it up so we leave some looseness. And then not in this one, but in this one, you're going to pull up a stitch. And pull up a stitch. And then you're going to yarn over and go through 3. Yarn over and go through 2. And then in this one, you're going to single crochet. And then you're going to single crochet 2 more times.
Now that first single crochet that she's making right after the stitch is going behind that 3rd loop that you created.
Huh?
So we're going to do it one more time. We're going to go down here, and we're going to pull up a loop.
You're going down below the that last single crochet that you just made. You're going down to the row below it and pulling up a loop.
And we're going right here, and we're pulling up a loop.
For the next stitch, you're going over and you're pulling up a
loop.
A loop, yes.
And then we're going to yarn over and we're going to pull through 3. Then we're going to yarn over and we're going to pull through 2. And then this stitch right here, we're going to do a single crochet and then 2 more singles. Then 1 and 2. And then we're going to chain 1 and turn. And now we are going to do
a row of single crochets.
Yep. I was just turning my head to the left. My neck was hurting. Now we got a single crochet across, and we are going to have the same number of stitches that we did in the row before.
Yeah, I think I was just thrown by like the behind.
Well, whenever you make that 3rd loop, it is on top of a stitch that you've not worked in.
Okay.
That 3rd loop, yes. So that starts the first of the 3 that separates the Humaro stitches.
Okay. Thanks, Zoila. If you're not already a member of our Facebook group, that's where we post all our PDF patterns and we chit chat about stuff. You have questions, not only us, but the community can help answer them.
Yes. And we would like for you, whenever you make one of our patterns that we put up, we would love for you to go and share pictures of your project in the Facebook book.
Absolutely.
In the Facebook group.
Face group book.
I know.
What I want you to see is that it makes these flowers.
Yes.
When upside down.
Yeah.
This is upside down. It makes these little flowers. Okay. This would be right side up. It's like upside down flowers.
Right.
Isn't that cool?
That would be awesome with like color work.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yes. I think it's absolutely adorable. So we got to the end of the row and we chained 1 and we turned. And now this time we need to offset these stitches. So we are going to single crochet in the first stitch. And now we're going to do the Humaro stitch. I have a hard time saying that word.
I know, I do too.
So we're going to go in this stitch and we're going to pull up a loop. And then we have to go 2 below. So yes. 1, 2.
There you go. So that's where you're going.
This one?
Yes, ma'am.
And here. Not tonight. If I do, I'll have you get it tomorrow. I'm on live. Love you. Be careful. Sorry, that was my husband. Okay. So see, we went below the first stitch we made, and then we went below the second stitch that we're going to ignore, and this is the third one. So we're going to go below that right there, and we're going to pull up a loop, and there's our 3 loops. We yarn over and go through 3. We yarn over and go through 2. I don't know why.
So basically, the one that you go 2 rows down, that's like the third of the starter. Is that what that is?
Excuse me?
You have the same face I had when I said the huh?
And then we go back and we
When
make our single crochet in the space above that one.
The third loop.
1, and then we do 3. 1, 2, and 3.
Hello, Cindy. How are you doing? And yes,
Hey,
Connie, it does look sort of like little fairies or angels.
I just
Okay.
like it. I like it upside down because they look like flowers.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're going to do this again. So
So what I was asking is that this when you go 2 down, that's like the third row of your starter single crochets, right?
Yes.
Okay. So for anyone confused, maybe some stitch markers might be helpful in this scenario.
Could be.
and then through those and that one. And then a single. And then 2 more.
Yeah. You can disregard anything I say if I'm just confusing you more. I'm just like throwing stuff out there, see what sticks.
Yeah, y'all were confusing me. I'm over here doing it and I'm going, huh?
What are y'all talking about?
Because y'all like totally confused me. So what we are going to do is we're going to repeat these all the way up to the top, and then we're going to end with 3 single crochets.
3 rows,
Right.
3 single crochets.
That's
Cool
what we're
beans.
going to do all the way up.
I think this might be a cool stitch too to like trim something with, like finish off your work going
Right.
around with assuming that's the right stitch count with like
Mhm.
3 single crochets and then doing this to like finish it off.
Mhm.
Right.
So what questions do you guys have about doing this? So basically when I'm here doing this, I'm looking for this stitch, and that's where I'm putting the next loop. If it helps you guys to find where you need to put it.
Not even a little bit, but I have ADHD and I've been out of meds for like 2 weeks, so everything
Wow.
confuses me right now.
No, bless your heart.
Oh my.
Michael says, "Oh, it's got me sketching out a Tunisian version of this stitch."
I'm glad.
Yeah.
So we're going to go here. We're going to go even with this one over here, down here. We're going to
That's a
pull
good
up
way of looking at it. Yes.
a loop, and then we're
Okay.
going to do this last one. We're going to pull up the loop. We're going to yarn over, and we're going to pull those 3, yarn over and go through 2, and then that we have to go back in that last stitch
Up at the top.
and do a 1 single crochet, and then chain 1, turn, and single crochet across.
Awesome.
That's the back.
So, yes, please remember the thummies. It's very much appreciated and helpful.
Yes.
Has anybody got the hang of it? Do you have questions?
Now when people are concerned about Michael not going to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just wondering if everybody's understanding how this goes.
It's slowly sinking into my hard brain.
Zola says, "I'm going to save this live because I'm going to need a reference."
Oh, for sure.
The pattern will also be in the Facebook group after the live.
Yeah.
Yes.
The pattern's easy to understand too. the way to do the stitch is marked at the top of the pattern under special stitches. This is real easy to do. But I'm going to show you again a good way to reference where to put that that stitch.
Sam
So-
says, yes, you're doing a good demo.
Oh,
Cool beans.
thank you, Sam. So what we're going to do, we're going back to the 3 again. So we're going to do 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to go in the one below the 3. And then remember, it's got to be even with this one. So it's right here. So we're going to go in here, pull up a loop. And then it's right here and pull up a loop. Then yarn over and pull through 3, yarn over and pull through 2. Now we always got to do the stitch above this one right here. And there it is. Now, do you see? Did that help?
Yes.
It helped Coco.
Okay, well, I'll finish the row.
This is a 4-row repeat. The only reason being is since you want to stagger the pattern itself, one row will always start with 3 single crochets before you do the stitch. Then you'll have a row of single crochets. And then the next row will start with 1 single crochet, the stitch, and then another row of single crochet. So you'll always have a row of single crochets separating out the Humaro stitch rows.
That'd be awesome, Sam. She's going to try to do a graph and put it up next Monday.
Oh, nice. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see Michael do this in Tunisian. So see, here's
Yes.
this laney stitch part right there. Go next to it and pull up your loop. And then remember, there's 1 single. Here's the 3rd one. So we got to go in here, pull up our loop, yarn over and go through 3, yarn over and go through 2. And because that was the 3rd one, we have to go in there and we do 1 there. And then we have 2 more singles. All righty, guys. I hope y'all are understanding it now. And see, I like it this way because I think it looks like flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
But this is the right side up. And there it is.
Cool.
And you just repeat this until you get the length that you want. And then you do 3 rows of single crochet. That's it.
The stitch is someone else. It's no one came up with it. It's just
It's the Japanese Humaro stitch. That's all it is.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sure someone came up with it in their brain at some point in time.
but
But
Right.
we don't know who that is.
No. Creations by Nora showed the stitch. I saw it and said, oh my goodness, I would love seeing this as a placemat and coaster set. And so I went and figured out how many stitches, how many rows to make the coaster, and then how many stitches, how many rows to make the placemat. So that's what you will find in the pattern when it's dropped in the Facebook group. Now, again, like I said, you can make your coaster larger. As far as width is concerned, just remember that you are working with multiples of 4. You can also make it a little more dense by going down a hook size if you would like. You can make it a little more open weave by going up a hook side. It'll just depend on the cotton or cotton blend yarn that you choose to use.
Yes.
And as Coco said, if you're good at color work, that stitch would look amazing with a dark background and a really
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Or vice versa. Yeah.
It
Absolutely.
looks good and variegated.
Oh, yes. It looks wonderful and variegated.
It's a beautiful stitch.
Mm-hmm.
But you could also take it in that width, that chain 16, take that width and go on up and make a scarf.
Oh, yes.
Just use your favorite yarn. But Michael, you make that in a Tunisian. I would love to see it.
I would
Absolutely.
too.
That would be primo.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely gorgeous. When the live is over, I will drop it in the Facebook group. Yes. It is really pretty.
Yes.
You're going to try it with
Yeah.
different colors. I could have done that. I didn't want to sit here with a bunch of yarn ends. I'm sorry. Call me lazy. But if you did the single crochet rows in one color and then the Humaro stitch row in a different color, it's going to
Right.
show up
Oh, yes. It'd be gorgeous.
differently.
Mhm.
So
Definitely.
basically every other row a different color, kind of like doing mosaic.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that would look really good.
Yes.
Definitely.
So that was just
Sorry,
an idea.
don't mind me.
No, you're fine.
I was just trying something out. I just had a brain fart for like how to make what I'm working on better. So I wanted to get it a few like stitches in so I remember.
And while I'm sitting here crocheting, I have my head this way, and it
Oh.
caused me a lot of pain. So I stopped and was sitting here like this, going, "Oh, my neck hurts."
Oh
Mm-hmm.
no.
And I apologize for my husband coming in and having a conversation with me.
That's all good.
I was gonna say, yeah.
I had the pattern up, and he couldn't. Y'all weren't talking, so he didn't
Oh,
know I was live because the pattern's covering the whole screen.
right.
Okay.
I had it blown up. Bless him, he didn't know.
That's okay.
Thank
We
you,
forgive him.
thank you, Zoila. I hope I do okay. I'm
yeah.
very self-conscious about doing tutorials.
Mhm.
Oh no, you do a great job, and your voice is so soothing. Like I love
Yeah.
when you do tutorials.
I'm just self-conscious about it. That's all.
Oh, no, you do awesome.
Yeah, I just learned like, oh, thank you, Michael. Thank you. Michael does amazing
Yes,
tutorials.
he does.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot coming from you. Yours are amazing.
Oh, single color for the flowers and for the. I don't see why not, Connie.
Yeah.
You could, but you're going to end up with yarn. You're going to have to carry it for each individual flower, and you're going to end up with the yarn strings on the back.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Melanie.
Actually, I just had a thought. Because
Thank you,
there's 3 single crochets between each flower,
Mm-hmm.
if you single crochet with the carrying yarn in the middle, it'll just add a little pop of color right between and secure it for you, maybe.
Right, but then you're going to run it this way.
Yeah.
You're going to need it back over here when you go back across.
Mm-hmm.
So you probably have to snip it at the end of each row.
You do.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zoila. Thank you, Cindy. I wasn't bucking for her compliments.
Although, when you stop and think about it, if you wanted to do it in 2 colors, because I love on my little coasters and on my placemats to have, if there's not a border, then I love putting fringe on the edge. But this thing,
that's
if you did 2 colors, you could leave a tail just like you do in mosaic. You leave a tail when you start your new color. You crochet across with that color, and you leave a tail and tie off and clip. And even though you're going to have like at the beginning and the end a couple of rows there those 3 single crochet, all you have to do is just go back in and fill in with fringe. So you could do it that way. And that's probably what I would do if I did it in 2 colors.
There you go.
And
That makes sense.
Thank you, Connie. Connie, do you want me to find an old phone book and read it to you? Yeah. The tail would be double hugging.
Yeah. You literally need to like apply for an audiobook position.
I haven't found where to do that. I don't know where to apply to do that. But yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Cindy. Thank you.
I appreciate that. You guys have no idea how much it means to me. I'm I wasn't trying to get compliments. I am self-conscious about doing my tutorials.
Mm-hmm.
And I never, when I started doing YouTube, I never in my wildest dreams thought people would like my voice. I was, I never thought it. And you know, it's funny because I met my husband online.
Oh,
I know it's hard to believe. I'll be your Alexa. I met my husband online and we talked online and then we started talking on the phone. And Joey will tell you, I fell in love with her voice.
aw.
Yeah. Like when we hear our voice in a video, it sounds weird to us.
Yes, it
Because that's
does.
not what we hear.
No.
No, it's not what I hear.
No.
But
See,
yeah, Michael, see, I'm the same way.
See, it was interesting because when I met Ash online too. And I didn't actually talk to him on the phone until the day I met him.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, wow.
So
I talked to Joey for months before I met him in person.
I think I was talking to Ash for like a few weeks before I met him. And then the day I met him, he couldn't find me because I was standing in the place. He couldn't find me.
He couldn't find you, Jolly Green Giant? Oh, my goodness.
So he called me and I was like, oh no, he's calling me. Yeah.
Yes.
And now it's like, even at Disney, with a packed Disney, he's like, oh, there he is.
Yeah,
I know. And Dan
here's everybody else, and here's Dan.
Dan offers such exuberant support. I know. He's always so exuberant and excited and
yes.
Beth, I have been with my husband for 23 years.
Was that a bit of sarcasm there, Froggy?
You didn't
A
notice?
bit? I think it was full on sarcasm,
I
dude.
think that was full on sarcasm there.
You know, we were at church and I went to a ladies' meeting at church, and they were asking everybody where they, you know, about how you meet people and how you go about it, you know, how you would meet a spouse. And, you know, you can meet them in the grocery store, you can meet them at church and everything. And places you don't want to meet someone is online.
Oh.
So then they went all around the room about where everybody met their spouse and online. And everybody was shocked that I'd met my husband online.
Oh, wow.
Well, back in the day, it was like very sketchy.
Yes,
you
it
know?
was.
It was
Not
very
something you did.
But in this day and
And-
age, it's more like that's where everyone
Yeah.
meets their
That's,
partner.
that's the only place. Nobody goes anywhere anymore. So it's the only place to meet people now.
I want to
Well,
take a minute
Michael.
and say, hello, Darcia. Thank you for being in. And remember, you're never late so long as you make it here. So we're happy that you're here. And Suzanne, I've been seeing you in the chat and I don't remember saying howdy to you. So if I missed you, I am so sorry. Michael says, there wasn't much back then either.
No.
Exactly.
No. But Michael and Panda have been together for 23 years too.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I love that. No, it was a little different, you know. It's not the same as it was,
Right.
you know.
Right.
But people are usually surprised. But the way we went about things was a lot different than people would realize. We spoke on the phone for a few months, and then when we went to meet each other in person, I did not tell him what my car looked like.
Right.
I knew what his vehicle looked like, and I sat and I before I even got out of my vehicle, stared.
Right.
You know, people knew where I was. They knew where I was going. He had his five-year-old girl with him.
Oh.
Well, 4 at the time. Daughter with him. I thought, he can't do anything to me with that little girl with him.
No, that's right.
No, it was good.
Yeah.
In your mom's kitchen.
Oh, how cool,
Wow.
Connie.
Wow.
See, my mum hated it because Ash was 3 years older than me, and at the time I was only 17. So my mum got a bit. She was like, "I need to know where you're going, what time you're meeting. I want his phone number. I want everything."
I was 18 when I met my first husband. It was a blind date, and he was 24. So my mom gave him the 3rd degree, like big time. I got out the heat lamp.
My dad felt that I had a good head on my shoulders and that I would pick somebody decent. And it turned out I picked the love of my life. And that's what he's called in my phone, is love of my life. And it turns out I did. And he is, to me, perfect. I mean, everybody's not really perfect, but, he is
perfect for you.
That's right.
Yes. Did you really, Sharon?
I can't believe Connie did that.
Really?
And I bugged the crap out of him till he agreed to go out with me. Oh my goodness.
I'm just very happy with mine. He's wonderful. I'm blessed. I am very blessed. And I can't really say enough good things about him. I mean, he takes care of me. I lost my eyesight. I became ill, and he still takes care of me. So, really?
Oh my goodness, Michael, that's awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's really a coincidence.
That's awesome.
I love them. Really, Suzanne, wonderful.
Suzanne, that is awesome.
Awesome.
I mean,
I've known Mr. Cocktails for 40 years.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, about 40 years, close to it anyway. But we only hooked back up.
Okay. Can
11?
we stop talking about this? Because I can't say 40 years because that would be past my day and age.
You're just starting your journey, sweetheart.
Yeah. Well, considering you started at 17 and you're still with him, that's in itself is a feat.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Zoila, you can have hope.
Oh yes, ma'am.
Absolutely.
Because it took me 30 years to find Mr. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And just have hope, because you will eventually.
Oh, yeah.
I was just a lucky one and found mine before I was 18. So
when I prayed,
I found mine before 18 too. I just didn't marry him till I was 40.
Right. You and me both.
When I prayed for the Lord to bring me someone that was suited to me. For the Lord to point out somebody that was good for me. Not what I wanted, what God wanted me to have.
Right.
And it worked out. Every regular year is 5 years in gay years. Yes, Michael! I love that.
So how old does that make me? 27
Well, you've been
now.
together for 8 years. You've been together for 40 years now.
There you go. Yeah.
We've been together 10 years.
Well, 50 years then in gay years.
Yeah.
Whoa, it's
Yes,
your golden
you were.
anniversary. I didn't get the memo.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yes, Connie, you were.
Mhm.
And you were wonderful.
Yes, you were.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
Darcia,
40.
that is awesome.
I didn't think you were old enough to be there with someone that long. Oh my, Darcia, I thought you were younger than me.
Yeah. By the time I got around to Mr. Cocktails, I was just looking for someone that didn't make me want to punch him on the throat every day.
Oh my word.
Oh my.
It's only every second or third day that I want to punch him in the throat, so we're good.
Well, my husband and I were high school sweethearts, but towards my junior year, he moved off, and so that I married someone else. He married someone else, and didn't work out after about 20 plus years, if you can believe that. So we'd gone back for a children's home reunion and met up again. And like I say, the rest is history. So
I was like, that's a good standard to look for.
It is, as long as you don't want to punch him.
That's right.
No, I don't want to punch him. I don't want to kill him in his sleep.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Ash was actually telling me he could kill me some days. So.
I don't think anyone that's been married over 10 years does not occasionally look over and think, if I put this pillow.
There's a night. Yeah, no. He turned around to me. He said, "Do you know what he said to me? You know what? The other day I was looking at you. And I was thinking, oh, there's a nice pillow right there."
I honestly have not thought that. I really honestly have not thought that.
And I'm like, couldn't you have at least thought about a way that I wouldn't know about it?
No, I haven't thought that one time.
Yeah, it reminds me of like that scene in War of the Roses. Have any of y'all ever seen that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where you think she's saying something super romantic. Sometimes you're sleeping and I look at you and I just want to punch you in the face.
The first,
Yes. Oh my gosh.
now my husband
Third
was raised by his grandparents, and the first time my parents met his grandparents, we all went out to a restaurant to eat, and God bless his grandmother. She's carrying on conversation with my parents, and she says, she was married for 60 years. And she says, I never thought about divorce one time.
Mm-mm.
Murder a couple times. Never divorce.
That's what my mom and dad always said. Yeah. Divorce was never in their vocabulary. Now, ways to kill someone and not get caught. Oh, yeah. That was there plenty of times.
Mm-hmm. Michael, you're going to starve him to death.
Hey, maybe that's what I need to do. Stop cooking.
Quit cooking. There you go.
That little old lady said that to my dad, and my dad's she was deadpan serious, and my dad's just looking at her like, oh no. And then she started laughing, but my dad thought she was serious.
Suzanne,
not that scary, Suzanne.
Suzanne, this is nothing to some of the other conversations we have. Just saying.
Oh, good Lord. You should see backstage conversations.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
No, we're not. I'm just creepy cute. It's all good.
Creepy cute.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have
Just note, I had
skeletons in
never
my room.
acted on any of these.
No,
urges.
I've never acted either.
Oh, no.
I might have.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no worries.
Oh, there you go, Sherry.
No,
See,
I agree.
that's my husband too. He can cook well as well. So,
I
I wouldn't
cook.
be able to use that one.
See, I think that's the only reason Ash married me is I can cook.
Yeah, I could cook. I mean,
Oh,
it's not a problem here.
Mm-hmm.
But mine cooks for me, so woo.
Mm.
That's
I
just
did all the
'cause he doesn't
cooking up
eat.
until I started late shift. And then I was working when you normally eat. So he had to
Right.
start cooking.
Right.
Oh yeah, but I like the fact I don't have to cook.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of
It's
nice.
nuts.
See, I don't.
Go ahead.
on, Maureen. No, you go.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, see, I don't like cooking now because
Once, twice, or 12 times. Never any bad thoughts. Oh my, Darcia.
Oh, goodness.
Do you see what he said?
Yes. Man, giving his dinner to the dogs.
Once, twice,
Yeah.
12 times. It's all good.
Oh,
That's why,
my
there's this comedian, a stand-up comedian. His name's Zoltan Kazas, I think. But anyway, he's the only person I've ever known named Zoltan. So just look up Zoltan.
Mhm.
And he was like, he got divorced, and his friends are all like, "Aw." He's like, "How do you know it's aw?" It's
Yeah.
like, maybe it was a good thing.
Okay, woohoo.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, and my friends were like, "Oh, I'm sorry about your failed marriage." He's like, "Failed marriage?" He's like, I don't think it was a failed marriage. I think it was an efficient one. We got through it quickly.
Mhm.
Got through it fast and
Yeah.
rated it.
Yeah.
Hey, how fast is this one going to be?
Third time's a charm. Third time's
That's
a charm.
right. That's right. Third time's a charm.
Oh, well, then I wonder if my sister's going to move on to the third one.
Oh no.
She's on her second, so
Well, I'm hoping I'm on my one and only.
I hope
Do you know
you're
how
on
expensive weddings are?
Pretty
yes.
expensive, yeah.
That's why you eloped to Vegas.
I'm not being married by
11
Elvis
years.
Presley.
See, both my
Exactly.
weddings were pretty
Connie.
cheap.
I don't share my property either, Connie.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, my first husband, I was married for about a year. We separated. I took him back about 3 or 4 years later, just long enough to have baby number 2, and then we split again and got
Oh
officially
my
divorced,
goodness.
and that was it. Yeah.
There you
Oh,
go, Michael. Yeah.
Well, I was married in a church both times. The
Mhm.
first time was the big, huge princess wedding. The second time, it was just me, him, and the minister in the church.
Right.
No, my first one was less extravagant than my second because his mother, like, we got engaged. I bought my dress, everything. Then I got pregnant. Then we got married. We moved the date up a bit so I'd fit in said dress. And his mother gave us like $5,000, and she's like, "That's all you deserve."
Really? Well, Michael, the
That
first
is
couple in their
awesome.
county. That's wonderful.
Awesome.
That's awesome, Michael. That really, really is.
I'm glad
Very
they
cool.
finally made it legal. I think it was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just.
Actually, I think, to be honest, I think even over here, it wasn't long before me and Ash got married that it was made legal.
Yeah. And the people that are like, "Oh, they're whatever, the sanctity of marriage." I'm like, we do a good enough job messing up our own marriages without their help. Like,
Isn't that the
Yeah.
truth? Yes.
nothing
Yeah.
to do with anything.
No, it was made legal in 2013, so it was 3 years before.
Welcome back, Sharice.
Hello.
You watched The Babysitter Killer Queen?
Well, my mother insisted on a church wedding. Obviously the first time and most definitely the second time, which was okay with Wayne and I. I mean, I told Wayne, I said, you want to get married, that's fine, but my only request is that it has to be by a minister. I didn't care if it's going to be outside, in a little one room, whatever. I didn't care, but oh no, not my mother. You're getting married. We're doing this right. And I was like, Mom, we did it right the first time. Well, we're going to do it even better this time. So yeah, my mom was one of those you didn't argue with. So yeah.
Well,
It wasn't Lulu, and she was a big part of why. I mean, yeah, he was an a-hole anyway, but like, she
Mhm.
didn't help. She was a big push as to why we separated.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I was the first kid of my dad's that got married.
I was the
Oh,
Yeah.
first.
He wanted the princess wedding. And then when I'm standing there getting ready to walk down the aisle, my dad's with me and he pulls his keys out of his pocket and he's handing them to me and he says, "Go outside, get in my car and leave. It's okay. I'll take care of the guests here and everything. Just
Wow.
leave. Don't marry him. I don't like him. Don't marry him." I'm like, Dad, it's a little late now. We're standing, getting ready to walk down the aisle.
Mhm.
They're playing the music.
Right.
It's a little late now. Dad was right. That was
I
right.
did the same thing on my second marriage. We get right to the doorway before we have to turn left, for the big da 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 da. With the bride coming in. We're standing there, and my dad turns and looks at me, and he says, "Honey, we can either turn to the left, and you're going down the aisle, or we can turn to the right, walk right through those double doors, and leave." And I turned and looked at him, and I said, "What?" He said, "I did not ask you the first time. I did not give you a choice before you walked down the aisle. This is your last chance. Are you really sure?" I said, yes, I'm really sure. He says, okay. So he turned me 90 degrees and down we went.
Mine was not happy at all. Now, when Joey asked me to marry him, my dad had met him and everything. My dad was thrilled. And he's like, oh, let me know when y'all want to do this, that, and the other, Joey and I just went to the church, our church, and got married. Mm-hmm. And I remember calling my dad and telling him I got married. You didn't let me come down there and have a wedding and everything. Mm-mm. Dad, we don't want to spend the money.
Right.
I got married in the church. It's okay. I just didn't want to spend the money. So he sent me money instead. But I didn't want to spend all the money on that.
Right. Because, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Sherry says, my first wedding, I stopped going down the aisle and told my dad I wasn't sure. He said that he would walk me back down the aisle and leave if I had any doubts. I should have.
I should have with my first.
See?
Oh, no. Mine was a lot more than that.
The day I married Ash, my mum walked me down the aisle, and I was walking down the aisle. I whispered to my mum, I can't do this. I can't do it. Mm-hmm. I don't want to do this. She said, just she said, you're doing this.
Moms and dads are very different.
No, I appreciate each and every one of you being here today.
Yes.
You guys have been wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us every week. Please join us next week on Daniel's channel, the Paw Ply Guys. We're going to be doing an interview with Alt Knots. So I hope you will join us. We love you guys. We love seeing you all the time. Please join me and Maureen tomorrow. I know we'll be at my house tomorrow. I forgot what time.
Right after Hobie Bingo.
Right after Hobie Bingo.
And if you're more than about an hour, I'll be live. Come on, I'm back.
Yes. So please join us tomorrow after Hobie Bingo. Please come back here in an hour and join Coco.
Yes.
So, we love you guys. Stay safe, be kind to one another, and happy yarning.
Yes.
Maureen.
Always remember, be the light out there in the darkness for someone today, because you never know. Could be your light they need to see. We love you. And as Froggy said, thank you so much for being with us, because you could have been somewhere else, but you chose to spend your time with us.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.